Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a cold day in Norway. It's a little bit windy, but I hope that you can hear me fine. Now, today I want to talk to you about something that's very relevant when you're in this climate, and that is how to stay raw. For those that are living the optimal diet, the way that I see it, eating fruits and vegetables, maybe some nuts and seeds, whatever you want, as long as it's from nature in its natural form, what we were designed to eat, to digest, and to thrive on. Now, living in a colder climate, I understand this being a challenge. I have myself been raw for 12 years, living in Norway, also traveling the world to warmer climates, but my base, my home, where I'm from, where I was raised, where I live, where I have my address is Norway. First, I'm Hilde Larsen. I'm a health and mindset coach. I'm a detox specialist. I'm an author of 3 books. I'm a speaker. Most of all, I'm a life enthusiast. So thank you for tuning in. Now, the raw food and the cold climate. Now, there are different aspects of this. So first you could say, how do I stay raw? Well, how do you stay raw anywhere? It starts with your mindset, right? Like, why do you want to stay raw? Do you want to stay raw because you just want to try it out? Do you want to stay raw because you are eager to heal or allow your body to heal an ailment or something going on within your body? Or are you simply looking to stay raw just because you're drawn to it and you feel the extra energy and you feel the spiritually awakened energy that comes through you? You feel that you're more aware, you feel more clear-headed, and you feel more energetic and happy? Or have you been doing this for a while and you're in a cold climate and you have a hard time sticking to it when winter comes? Meaning it's okay for you during summer, but it's not okay anymore during winter. Because the mindset is always the most important. You have to look at your why first. Because although I'm coaching a lot of people and I'm a mentor and I'm a guide, and I understand where you're coming from. I understand that we're from different places. I understand that there's a lot of cravings going on. I understand that this is mostly old patterns, also parasites and fungus coming through. So always a challenge. But the thing is this, you have to set your mind to it, understand what you want to do first, and then make an execution plan. Because I do believe in the very strong power of just doing it. So for me, it was never an option. So for me personally, when winter and fall came, when I was really sick and I had decided I'm going to eat raw food because it makes sense to me, I'm already starting to feel better, I'm not creating any more mucus, I'm not creating more acidity, I can finally start eliminating all of that which is keeping me sick and in pain. I knew I was going to do it. Now it was, but how was it most comfortable for me to do it? So it was an option not to do it. And that's the thing. Once you have a plan B or way out, it's very easy for the subconscious to grab it. Like I have people tell me, I will try to stay raw. You will try to stay raw. What does that mean? Where is that limit for you? Does it mean I will stay raw unless somebody is telling me they can make me a cooked meal and then I'll eat it? Or does it mean that I will stay raw until everybody else is going to a restaurant and I want to go with them and they didn't have anything raw because I didn't plan anything? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean I'm going to try, but if I forget to go shopping and all I have in my cabinet is peanut butter, jello, and bread, I'm going to eat it? What does it mean to you when you say I'm going to try? Because in my world, you could try if that's where you want to be, if you don't want to have control, because that's really giving away control. To do something, you have to plan for it and you have to expect it, and then you have to do it. Now, I'm going to give you concrete tips on how to stay raw, like how to plan that. But I want this doorway into this topic first of all, because it's where the success lays. Because you can literally find food anywhere. I don't know about Alaska. I don't know about, so of course there would be exceptions, but most of where you live, you can plan and you can find a way to do it if that was priority number one. So first look at your priority list. How high up is it for you to stay raw? Is it like nah? Is it like maybe? Is it like I'll try, we'll see, depends on this and this? Or is it I'm going to stay raw, please tell me which way I can do this the easiest way? Or what did you experience that didn't work so well? Or what did you experience, Hilde, that really worked? Okay, number one, have everything planned out. Have your calendar planned out for the winter season, as you would the rest of the year. Are you going to go traveling? Are you planning any trips? If you are, look at my video. I at least have one in the membership group. I don't even know. I think I have one on YouTube too. Yeah, how to travel on Rawfood. So you look at that. So you're all planned out. Are you going to go to parties? If yes, what am I going to do about it? Am I going to make my own food and bring it? Or have they offered to make me something? Have I then told them what I am currently eating? This needs to be all good beforehand. If there's anything there that's uncomfortable for you, if you don't feel that that's a good thing, like they wouldn't accept, then you have to make another choice. Is this something you want to do at this time? Do you want to compromise your diet maybe for a party or a gathering? Some might not. So again, depending on who you are, depending on what you're experiencing, depending on if you're doing this to save your life, then obviously you wouldn't compromise it for anything. If you're just trying to stay raw as much as possible, all up to you. Now, well, the good thing is, the cleaner you get, the more raw you have been eating, your body will tell you what happens when you put in something that makes it sluggish. So it might not be the same eagerness behind it in the next party. So we learn. Okay, now the concrete tips towards, yes, I'm going to stay raw, but it's winter. It's hard to get fresh fruits and vegetables. So one thing I tell you, in a colder climates, you're not going to be able to go right out and pick something ripe from a tree. So that's like a bummer. That's out. So we're going to have to live those months without having anything we can literally pick ripe off the tree, unless you have a greenhouse or you are growing something on the inside, which I'm guessing would not be enough to sustain you on that alone for the whole winter. So this is what I do besides planning, but I've been doing this for so many years that it's a habit for me because I don't compromise my habits. See, I live from the inside out and not from the outside in. So my life is determined by my standard, by what I have decided, how I have decided to spend my life, who I want to serve, how I want to serve, what I want to accomplish, and then I drive from there. That's always, in my world, the healthiest way to do it. That way, you don't get to sabotage yourself and you don't get to play the victim that it was anybody else's fault. Now, in Norway and a lot of the cooler climates, we have an amazing berry season. So what I do is I gather berries the whole season through. On top of eating as much as I can, I gather for freezing. And yes, they will lose a little bit of their oomph during freezing, but you'll be amazed at what they have found, at how little you lose. Like you'll have a very high amount of enzymes, all the goodies, even the energetics still in the fruits and berries after they have been frozen. So I go after everything I can get my hands on, from strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, red and black currants, blackberries. There's another couple of types. I can't even remember the English words. Bilberries, Burberry. Yeah. So I go after all the berries and I freeze them portioned for each one for each smoothie. So I portion out how much do I have in a smoothie each day? A liter, for example. So I put liter bags of the mix that I want in the freezer so I can just pick one for my smoothie. Now, also, I outsource. What can we get here during winter? Well, we can always get organic bananas. So they can always be a staple in your smoothie. If you can get organic bananas or any type of banana, if you don't necessarily need organic. and then add berries. So you're covered right there for the winter months. Where I'm at, I can also get organic oranges all year round. And you know me, one of my staple foods, I would probably say it is oranges and orange juice. I can get all the citruses here during the winter. So I have all the citruses, I have bananas, I have frozen berries from summer. Now, I can also get mangoes imported. I can get grapes imported. If you wanted to get greens, I see a lot of greens around here, organic. You can get in the stores, in the regular co-op, regular grocery stores. I know in the US, like Whole Foods, even Publix, they have a lot of organics that you can have all year round. Now, this is the diet, of course, and you can make a simple diet plan, and then all of a sudden, oh, I got some good dates. I'm going to add some dates. Here last week, I got some figs in that was organic, and that's pretty good for November, right? So I was diving into those, and I like to add some dulse or my homemade kelp powder during winter, and I'm thinking this is the diet. And on top of that, which I hear people talk about also, is the feeling cold, or the lack of something warm, or thinking we heat our bodies with what we eat. We don't. Our body is not designed to keep its heat from drinking something hot. Actually, when you drink something hot, hotter than your body's temperature, it will have to work to bring the temperature down. Same time that it works from you being in a cold environment, it works to keep your temperature up. And he helps to keep it down if you go into a sauna. That's what I meant. Sorry about that. So, but I do understand that it feels nurturing and warming in the now. If you're really cold, I always say first, put on more clothes, bring in an extra blanket, and cuddle up, in front of the fireplace, if you're lucky enough to have one of those. If it gets really cold, or have a cup of tea. You can always have a cup of tea. You can always seep, have some water and seep some ginger, turmeric, lemon. For those, there may be some of you that use a little bit of honey, or a little bit of maple syrup. Who cares? If that's what you do, find something warming, like in a cup, that you will find comfort in, and that will be your go-to if you feel you need something to warm you up. And just as simple as the bananas. I make banana ice cream. It's just bananas blended. That's it. And then you can take the berries, you unfreeze them and defrost them and put them on top, and it's a delicious meal. So in practicality, from being practical, it is literally almost the same as during summer. It's more of a mental thing. It's more of a vibrational thing, because I do agree, it doesn't seem natural to live in this environment where nothing is growing, and then we're walking around eating bananas from the tropics. It doesn't seem natural to me either, because it really isn't. But the thing is this, we're here because we're living in an unnatural environment, because we're building houses and making clothes, and we have a fireplace to heat us up, and we've learned how to store food, dry food for winter. Even the apples you can store through winter, like a potato. So if you're eating a lot of vegetables, there is a lot of them that you can store during winter, and our ancestors used to do this. But the truth is, we're tropical beings, and why are we doing this? Why am I eating raw being in Norway? Well, let me tell you this. I was dead sick in Norway. That's what the most unnatural thing. So we're being called to go back to our natural state wherever we are, if that will work for us. If not, we would just have to move to a warmer climate. That wouldn't be. I, for one, am not going to compromise my health. And I think that when we get in such deep shit that we got, I was so sick from medication, inflammation, stress, autoimmune, all these diagnoses, that I had no alternative than to try and save myself. I literally would have been a goner. I was saving myself to save the mother of my children. And I think that's the way we need to look at it. We're saving the world by changing our diet, our frequency, our understanding, and becoming more compassionate. So I hope this helps. Short recap. Number 1, plan everything. Number 2, prepare for everything. Number 3, just execute and do it. You don't even have to try. You can just put everything up so that it works for you and do it. Come back, watch more videos, reach out for me if you need me, become a member, look below. All the links are there. We're so many people right now on this planet doing this, and we're seeing amazing results. People are no longer living with pain, with arthritis, diabetes, all of these different labels, from constipation to migraines. Now people are thriving because we decided to change the fundamentals in our life, our diet, through our mindset. So thank you for being here. I really wish you an amazing journey, summer and winter, with raw living foods. Namaste. Thank you.